Hey, I'm Alana, and today we're going to start my YouTube channel, and we're going to be doing tutorial videos to start with, and maybe it'll progress into more stuff. But I started a blog a couple weeks ago, and to side with that, I'm going to do the videos which will match up with what I did in my blog. And today we're starting with silk dyed blown Easter eggs, which you can use in a vase like I'm going to show you today, or you can even fill with chocolate, which I happened to do a couple days ago. So we're going to start. Supplies you need. So first step, you take your thumbtack or push pin, whatever you call it, and you put a hole in each end of the egg. Then you take a screw and kind of twist it in there to make one hole bigger. And then clear out the little extra egg pieces. Take your paper clip that you unfolded, stick that into the bigger hole, and twirl it around as much as possible. Basically, you're scrambling the egg inside of the shell so the yolk will come out easier. Then you take this, which is a baby snot sucker thingy. I don't really know what their name is on those, but you put that so it's over the smaller end of the egg and shoot the air through so that the egg starts to come out. And then you squeeze the air through the smaller hole until the egg is completely empty. Okay, then you put some water in it once it's completely empty and squirt the air so the water comes out. Basically, you want to get the egg as clean as possible on the inside, just so there's no leftover egg gunk or anything. So after you have blown out all of your eggs, you will need to use your ties. So they have to be 100% silk, which usually it's either by this tag on the back or on the small end, there's a little tag that'll say 100% silk. Now we're going to deconstruct it. I cut off any of the tags that are on the tie first. Then you want to cut it so all of the seams running along here are out. Next, you are cutting up your silk tie into pieces that will fit around the egg. Since I have a dozen of them in 2 colors, I'm going to need 6 of each tie. You can also use the pieces again, but it doesn't dye quite as bright the second time. Then you take your chunks of the tie that you did and put it so that the color side is facing up on your table. Take one of your eggs and use the tie to wrap around it. You want to get it as tight on the egg as possible so that there's more of the pattern showing. Then you wrap that in a piece of white cotton and use a rubber band to hold it all closed. Take your pot and put some vinegar in it. I usually do about 1/4 cup, and then I place my eggs in there, probably do about 4 of them at a time, and then fill the rest of that with water so that the eggs are covered. Since they are hollow, they're going to float, so you'll have to press down on them a little bit just to make sure you have enough water in there. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to try it to keep them from floating. They need to stay underwater while they're in there. Yes, that's going to work. Okay, so then you put it on your stove and let it boil for about 15 to 20 minutes. Do a little dance. Get down in that. So your eggs have now boiled for about 15-20 minutes. Use a slotted spoon. Take them out, and I put them in a strainer for just a couple minutes to let them get some of their excess water off, and so I don't burn my fingers. And so you can see we've got them all right there. And then I use some scissors to cut off the little rubber bands, because you're not going to need that part again. The only part we will need is the white cloths. But here's one of the striped ones. And you can see when you're looking at it, the side, ooh, it's really hot, sorry. The side that was touching the most cloth is the best designed, and then the sides that weren't have kind of some wavy patterns going on, which all in all, those can look pretty cool too. Then you're just going to want to let those cool off, and then we'll start actually using them for a decoration. So this is my final project. Just put the eggs inside of a vase with some flowers. Another thing you could do is, these are some I made the other day, but they are actually filled with chocolate. So Easter egg hunt could be a little bit more fun than searching for boiled eggs. You could find chocolate eggs. That is this week's project. Check back next week for something new.
I love this show. I love this show, and I got tickets to a lot of little shows. I love it. Woo!